When I was first heading into the Highlands, I was on a bus. This other gentleman asked me what I was doing there. I told him my interest in the war and how I wanted to learn more about it. As we were heading down into Henatega, I realized now that he warned me. He looked out the window and he said, "You see those mists looming up there in the mountains? They hide so much. There are many beautiful things, and many horrific things. They will all be revealed when that fog blows through." And this experience, it really unfolded like that. U.S. influence in Nicaragua goes well back over 100 and some years. And especially following the Sandinista Revolution, that was a point in history where a line was drawn in the sand. The U.S. government viewed that as an attempt for socialism and communism to gain a foothold in Central America. And that's where they drew the line, and that's where they're going to fight it. And, heading down to Nicaragua, it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. So even, if I didn't meet anyone and there was nothing left of this conflict, it's the risk I had to take. But I knew it was there. It had to be there. These people are still alive. I think anybody could go down there and walk into any coffee shop in Nicaragua and start talking to people, and they'll have some incredible stories to tell you about what happened down there. Well, the first thing I did was focus on the people and the items, right? Things left over from the war. Claymores, hand grenades, personal keepsakes. My process was, after I would interview people, after about an hour, 2 hours, whatever amount of time that we would talk and they would share this information with me, we would then create a portrait at the end of that, in a way trying to put something, whatever had transpired between us, into that image. Whatever sort of ambient energy was in the air after that exchange, and incorporate that into the image. As I started to amass those sort of images, when people would tell me these stories, I would try to find something photographically, some sort of image or interaction that I felt encompassed what they were telling me or what they were sharing, or even how I was responding to it. As I'm processing everything that people are sharing with me and what I'm reading and what I'm experiencing, I'm responding to those elements. That's the only way I could explain it. I don't think I didn't have some sort of shot list or any sort like that. I don't know. I just, I had to put the camera to my eye and snap away, I guess. I felt maybe it was my subconscious that was pushing me towards certain images. I was never shooting with an intention of creating a sad piece of work or a happy piece of work. It was, like I said, kind of responding to how things unfolded. I heard tales of horrific things that happened on both sides. The one thing I noticed when I was home and transcribing these interviews is I would sometimes lose track of what side this individual is on. Both sides share stories of rape, mass killings, and other horrific acts. At this point, the markers of affiliation are fading. 20 years down the line, these people carry the burdens of what transpired, of what happened to them, and what they did to each other. And in the end, those two trees, that was actually one of the last photographs I made down there. It really sums up my experience and how I feel about the whole situation.